What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lambo, and we're back with another video. And you're wondering, why are you facing that way? That's a very important question, and there is a very important answer. So as many of you may know, I go all out for Halloween. And if you follow me over on Instagram, which I highly suggest you do, at Lambo Andy, I post pictures over there of my past Halloweens. I post polls on people guessing what I'm going to be this year. And a lot of you guessed. And there were only 2 people that guessed correctly. Now, this is not a full costume reveal, but when I turn around, you are going to see a drastic change, the likes of something you're probably not expecting. So at this time, I ask you to brace yourself. Please make sure you're sitting down, and I will turn around. But before I do that, guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, drop them down below. Any questions, comments, complaints, queries, quibbles, you know the routine. I need to see them down below because I do read each and every one of those. All right, guys, I've talked long enough. The reveal. What you gonna do, brother, when Lambo Hogan runs wild on you? That's right. I am going to be Hulk Hogan for Halloween, and a lot of you guessed a lot of crazy picks. And for those that don't know, I do go all out, and I commit. So yes, as you can see, I have completely shaved off my beard, and I have bleached a horseshoe mustache. I've bleached it blonde, and I've got the whole entire Hogan get up. So you will see many pictures, many videos. If you're following me on Instagram, again, at Lambo Andy, you will see a lot of these things posted over there. I'll try to make some videos and try to post some content as Hogan for the channel over here, but you'll definitely get more content over on my Instagram. But here it is, guys. So I knew you'll be shocked, so I'm sorry if I shocked you or scared you or made some of your kids cry, or maybe I made some of your ladies walk in the room and say, oh, what channel? Who's that? Who's that you're watching? And then they went ahead and started searching me up. I just don't know what type of effect this might have on my viewing audience. So be aware, cautious. Use caution when watching my new look around your ladies. But yeah, guys, this will be here for a while until at least Halloween's over. And then afterwards, who knows what I'll do. But enough about me, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about the reason why we're all here. Now, before we talk about this new stuff that just dropped on the website, I just want to call something to attention. Almost all the products now on the website have models modeling the stuff, which is great. We can see what it looks like on a person, but not a single dimension of these models are listed anywhere on the website. How is a person supposed to know and compare the size they're supposed to get? I mean, I try my best. I don't work for Yeezy.com, but I try my best to showcase the items that I have. I tell my height, my weight. I show everything, how it fits on me, so I can give you guys, even though you're not my size, it gives you an idea of what some of these pieces look like. You're telling me they can't just throw the stats of these models up on the website? Why is this so difficult? It makes it impossible to know what size to get. Size 1, 2, and 3. Thanks. Size medium, large, like small, medium, large. What about the people who are like in the middle? They don't know what it looks like. They see it on some dude or on some chick, but they don't know if this guy is 6'5", 150 pounds, or if he's like 5'11". Like, we have no idea. So if anyone who works at Yeezy, please put the stats of the models up on the website so we know how tall these people are. It's so easy to say the model that is wearing this is 5 foot, blah, blah, weighs this many pounds. It's really not that difficult, and I don't understand why. So I just wanted to rant real quick before we talk about the new drop, because I feel like that's an obvious, easy win for anybody who's selling stuff. Give people an idea of what the size is so they can make the right purchase. Because a lot of people, it's deterring them from buying. They go on there and they say, oh, I want to spend $80. I want to spend $60, which we'll talk about the price in a second. That's a lot of money. I want to spend $40 on this hoodie, but I don't want to waste my money and buy the wrong size. So put the model stats up on the website so it gives people an idea of what size they need to order so you can get more business. And not only get more business, but just make the people who are buying your stuff more satisfied because they know and they'll feel confident that they're getting the right size. So go ahead and do that. Thanks. So as you guys may know, Yeezy has dropped new items on his website. He has a couple new like hooded jackets with the fur. They're called PK, I'm assuming Parkas, but these things are priced at $100. And for what they are they worth $100? I don't know, guys. At this point, I feel that now that Ye is working with this company out of China, everything's being made in China, and Trump's tariffs and on all this bullshit, and I think it's causing all these prices to go up and stuff because things are now just regular priced items. Like it's no longer a benefit or some sort of steal or, good budget friendly option to shop with Yeezy.com. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are still a couple things on there like the slides, $20 can't go wrong. Glasses, the bag, they dropped the duffel bag on there too. They dropped a bunch of new stuff, but some of the prices on these things are just, they're kind of pricing people out. At least they're pricing certain people out of these items because a lot of people really liked when Ye's vision, when he always said everything for $20 everything. And that was his original, like with the first drop, with, the Vultures 1 stuff, everything was $20. The pods, the shirts, everything was $20. And so we thought we were going to get that. All the Gosha stuff was $20, everything was 20, the bully stuff. So we were really used to the $20, even for a hoodie, $20, for the pants, $20. Didn't matter. Everything was 20. And now we are seeing the stuff slowly raise in price. $40 for the hoodie, $40 for the sweatpants. Some of those ladies' boots on there are like $80 or $100. So it's already getting to a point where a lot of this stuff isn't even really worth buying it because the quality, and I'm not going to lie, the quality is not like crazy, outrageously insane. It's manufactured in China for probably very, very cheap, and you get what you pay for essentially. And so because some of the stuff we're seeing people post, I mean the stitching and it's just kind of cheap. In fact, the video that we just looked at the other day, with the shorts, it showed some of the stitching and stuff, and the stuff's not out of this world. And I'm not hating on it and saying it's trash, and like if you can afford it and if that's your price point and if that's a good buy for you, then hey, I'm all for it. But $100 for those hoodies, $80 for some of the stuff, $40 for the Parkas is what I mean, $100 for that, $40 for a regular hoodie. I guess just to have some of them, and if you really support Ye, and that's like I really want to give Yeezy my money, and then I'm all for it. Now if these things were all 20 or 40, like if these Parkas were 40, if he could get them down to below $50, then absolutely that'd be a steal. If the sweatpants and the hoodies were still $20, I think that's the way to go. I think the higher items maybe raise to 40, like the Parkas and the, maybe the I don't know, the trench coat or something, like the bigger, maybe more expensive items, to the leather coats and the leather hoodies and stuff. Maybe those raise to like $40 or $50. But if he could somehow get everything below 50, I think people would be a lot more open to some of these prices. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. What do you think Let me know down below. Are these things just now they're just too expensive? You know, you're paying $100 for your parka plus the shipping, which is, let's just say, $10, right? 10 to 15 bucks. Plus you're waiting. Who knows how long you're waiting? You know, you could be waiting 8 months for this thing, not a year. You could be like the last drop where you're not getting it for almost a year. So it's really a gamble. And I don't know if it's really worth it at this point, but I'm interested to know what you guys are going to go for. Are you going to go for any of these new pieces? Do you like any of these new pieces? Some of these new slide colors are pretty legit, like the blue, he has a white and a beige one now. I think there's a gray one now. Bunch of new colors. So it's pretty cool. It is cool what he's doing, you know, releasing a bunch of stuff and more stuff is coming out. But the price point for me is just kind of high on some of these items. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. So let me know down below. And that's pretty much all I got, guys. I just wanted to jump on here, kind of cover the new drop, talk about some of the new stuff, and also show off my new look. I think it kind of all fit together, you know, a bunch of new stuff going on. So let me know down below, guys, what you think. I appreciate you all for sticking around. If this is your first time, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 6,000. We're like 20K away. I meant 20K. 20 subs in general away from 6K. So I'd greatly appreciate it, guys. If you don't got anything, just go ahead and drop a Lambo gang down below in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. But until next time, guys, deuces.
Bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah. Boys that wanna be me, hoes that